Welcome to the Architects of Change, the official podcast of the National Dental Association. This is the space where legacy informs leadership, where purpose drives progress, and where power is used intentionally to build systems that endure. I'm Dr. Wallace J. Bellamy, 102nd President of the National Dental Association. Thank you for being here. This podcast is not a side project. It is not background noise. It exists because we are at a moment where leadership in dentistry, particularly Black dentistry, must be clear, visible, and intentional. I chose the title Architects of Change very deliberately because we are at a time in history where our actions will determine the future course for oral health in America and for the communities we serve. Social determinants of health dictate that we are proactive with designing our future. That makes us all architects. Architects do not react. They do not panic when conditions shift. They study the terrain. They anticipate what's coming, and they design structures meant to last. Black dentists have always been architects. We've built practices when opportunities were denied. We've built institutions when access was blocked. We've built trust in communities that were underserved, overlooked, and too often exploited. The pandemic exposed deep fractures in our healthcare systems, fractures that disproportionately harm the communities we serve. So we rebuild. We rebuild with purpose, with precision, and with power. Rebuilding means being guided by science and evidence, not convenience nor politics. It means defending the truth in the era when data itself is under threat, when vital public health information disappears from institutions. We must protect data, protect science, and protect trust. We reaffirm our belief in community water fluoridation as one of the most effective and equitable public health measures of our time. And we reaffirm that oral health and healthcare in general must be recognized as a right and not a privilege. That is why the NDA stands ready to lead firm, intelligent, and principled repudiations of public health policies that neglect oral health, underfund prevention, and ignore disparities. So the question is not whether we are capable of building. The question is what we choose to build now. We are living in a defining moment for healthcare, social justice, and the dental profession. Dental benefits set to the 1950s economics are being questioned nationwide. Medicaid coverage remains inconsistent from state to state. Student debt is reshaping who enters dentistry, what kind of dentistry these young professionals are left to choose from, and who can afford to stay in dentistry and oral health overall. At the same time, oral health disparities are not only persisting, they're expanding, tracking predictably along racial and economic lines. Layered on top of that is rapid innovation, artificial intelligence, digital dentistry, data-driven care models, and new expectations from patients, policymakers, and payers. This is what convergence looks like. Moments like this can be dangerous when leadership is absent, but they are transformative when responsible leadership is intentional. The National Dental Association was created for moments like this, to lead with power. We will continue to advocate for comprehensive oral health insurance reform, locally and nationally, because prevention saves not only teeth, prevention saves lives. We will continue to champion evidence-based practice, equitable access, and culturally competent care. And we will continue to build bridges between our members and the communities which we serve, between policy and practice, between legacy and innovation. I would like to introduce the first 4 pillars of the NDA's new strategic plan. The first pillar is membership growth, engagement, and value. Membership must mean more than just affiliation. It must mean relevance. It must mean connection. It must mean opportunity. And it must mean value. Over the next 4 years, our focus is clear. Reclaim members who have drifted away. Retain members through meaningful engagement. Recruit students, early career and mid-career dentists, and clearly demonstrate value. Value through advocacy, value through leadership access, value through visibility, and value through voice. When members feel value, they engage. When they engage, organizations grow. When organizations grow, they become stronger and their advocacy carries weight. Members are not just consumers of the NDA, they are co-builders of its futures. The second pillar is community outreach and engagement. Community service has always been the moral center of the NDA, but today outreach must be both compassionate as well as strategic. It means involved community-based care, partnership with trusted local and national organizations, domestic and global engagement where disparities are the greatest, and it means measuring impact of that service and not just the effort. Community engagement is not charity. It's a partnership. And partnerships are how trust is built and how access is expanded. And it's how outcomes become change. This is how equity moves forward, from language to lived experience. The third pillar is student and pathway support. The future of dentistry is not theoretical. It's sitting in dental schools right now. Students are now navigating academic pressure, financial stress, and uncertainty about what the profession will look like when they graduate like never before. The cost of the average dental school education has approached $400,000. And there is now a federal student loan cap of close to $150,000, leaving a potential gap of $250,000 in funding for these students. Where will that money come from? Our responsibility is not just to welcome dental students to the profession, it's to walk with them and attempt to bridge the financial gap threatening both their dream of becoming an oral health professional and our community's future and practitioners who value our shared culture and our shared history. This pillar includes pathways and early exposure programs, intergenerational mentorship, leadership development, and financial, academic, and professional support. Students are not only the future someday, they are leaders in preparation right now. And the NDA must and is ready to be present at every stage of their journey. The fourth pillar is health policy and advocacy. Oral health disparities don't just happen by chance. They're a result of policy decisions, either local or national or both, or outright policy neglect. That is why the NDA must remain visible, must remain credible, and must be unapologetic in national and local advocacy. This includes dental benefits and insurance reform, Medicaid expansion and protection, workforce equity, and community-based and preventative care and community water fluoridation. If we are not present where policy decisions are made, decisions will be made without our voice. Advocacy is not optional. It's central to the NDA's mission. The purpose of this podcast, Architects of Change, exists to amplify this work. In each episode, we'll explore the legacy we honor, the systems we must strengthen, the leaders we must prepare, and and the policies we must influence. You will hear from past presidents, chairmen of the Board of Trustees, current and former speakers of the House of Representatives, elders, and emerging leaders, from dental students and dental scholars, from oral health practitioners, from advocates, and even policymakers. Every point and every voice will be towards one goal: building a future worthy of our history. If you're listening to this episode, know this: you are part of the lineage of builders. This is not a moment for reaction. It's a moment for design. Together, we will grow our membership. We will deepen our community impact. We will support and prepare the next generation of professionals, and we will lead with power in policy and advocacy and social justice. This is the Architects of Change. This is our time, and this is the work we were built to do. In the words of one of our past presidents, Dr. Marlon Henderson, today and every day is a great day to be in the family of the NDA. Thank you for listening. Join me the next time we explore honoring our legacy, the shoulders we stand on. I'm Dr. Wallace Bellamy. Have a great day.